Beneath every city there is a second world, a world we do not see, but one that quietly breathes under our feet. Have you ever wondered what lies below the streets you walk each day? Is it only pipes and stone, or something far older, far stranger? The ground keeps secrets, and tonight we will follow them. Long before skyscrapers, people carved into the earth. Romans built sewers. Monks dug cellars. Workers left tunnels forgotten for centuries. Some of these places still echo with footsteps, though no one walks there now. When we speak of a city, we think of towers reaching high, but every tower also casts a shadow below, and in that shadow, history waits. If you want to keep walking with me through these hidden worlds, take a moment to pause and subscribe. Every step deeper will uncover stories rarely told. Like and share if you too wonder what lies beneath your own city. Together, we will bring the unseen into the light. So let us step down, one stair at a time. Follow the stone, the cables, the water dripping from unseen places. We are about to open the first door to the invisible cities below. What will we find waiting in the dark? Beneath the surface of Rome, Paris, London, and New York lie long, winding passages. They are not places people see every day. They are the first veins of the city, carrying water, waste, or whispers of history. Some were carved 2,000 years ago, others only 100, but all of them connect the living city above with the silent one below. Imagine standing on a busy street, hearing footsteps and voices, the sound of cars and lights above. Now, picture beneath that same spot a dark corridor stretching for miles, unseen but alive with pipes and shadows. These tunnels are like hidden rivers, flowing beneath our feet while we never notice. The Romans were masters of the underground. They built sewers like the Cloaca Maxima, a system so strong that parts of it still work today. For them, the underground was not only waste and water, it was also a symbol of control over nature. By shaping stone and channeling rivers, they claimed victory over the unseen world. Walking through one of these tunnels feels like stepping back into another age. The bricks still carry the marks of hands long gone. The air is damp, heavy with silence. You can almost hear echoes of carts rolling above. These forgotten paths remind us that every empire leaves its mark not only in palaces and roads, but also in the shadows below. In modern times, engineers try to map what lies below. The results are shocking. In some cities, there are hundreds of miles of tunnels. New York alone has thousands of miles of pipes, subways, and forgotten service passages. On a map, it looks like another city entirely, an invisible mirror beneath the streets. But these maps are never complete. There are always places left blank, entrances sealed, records lost. That is why every dig, every construction project carries the chance of discovery. A wall that opens into a forgotten chamber. A hole that reveals a tunnel no one remembers. The underground is never finished, never fully known. and that is why it still feels alive. Sometimes the only sign of the hidden world is a small metal cover in the street, or a locked gate at the corner of an alley. To most people, these doors mean nothing. But behind them lie stairways, chambers, and paths that stretch for miles. Cities are full of hidden entrances disguised as ordinary objects. Think of a manhole lid. To us, it is just part of the road. Yet below it may be a web of tunnels where water flows and shadows gather. Some entrances are older, carved into stone walls and long abandoned. Others are still in use but unseen by the millions who walk past them every day. Paris is famous for what lies under its feet. The catacombs stretch for more than 200 miles, filled with bones of the dead. These tunnels once held stone quarries, but later they became the resting place of millions. Today, only a small part is open to visitors. The rest remains sealed, dark and endless. Walking through the catacombs is like entering a silent city of shadows. The walls are stacked with skulls and bones, carefully arranged. The air is still, yet heavy with time. Stories say secret societies once held rituals here. Others whisper of explorers who entered and never returned. Paris above is full of life, but below it is full of silence. Every city has two faces, one above the ground and one below. Above, we see towers, lights, and people moving. Below, we find tunnels, chambers, and endless dark spaces. They reflect each other like a mirror, one busy, the other still. And yet both are alive, connected through stone, cables, and water. If we could peel back the streets like paper, we would see layers of history stacked one over another. Roman sewers, medieval wells, subway lines, electric grids. The living and the forgotten woven together into one vast hidden city. This mirror world is closer than we think. It is just a few steps down. Beneath London flow rivers that once shaped the city. The Fleet, the Tyburn, and the Walbrook all carried fresh water through ancient streets. Over time, they were covered, redirected, and hidden under stone. Today, they still run, but underground. Rivers without sky, heard only in the echo of drains and tunnels. Some say you can hear the Fleet River rushing below Farringdon. Others claim the Tyburn whispers near Buckingham Palace. These rivers are ghosts of the landscape, flowing beneath trains, cars, and people who have no idea what lies just a few meters down. London above is modern and busy, but below, the old rivers still breathe. Modern subway systems are more than trains. They are entire underground cities, with platforms, corridors, and endless lines of tunnels. In Tokyo, New York, and Moscow, millions move below ground every day, never seeing the sky until they return above. These places feel alive, humming with electricity and voices. But they are also mazes. Some stations are so deep and complex that they feel like caverns carved out of stone. Others connect with forgotten service halls, locked doors, and stairways to nowhere. To walk through them is to walk through layers of time. The new built upon the old, the seen built upon the hidden. New York is perhaps the city most famous for its underground. Subways, steam pipes, electric lines, secret service tunnels, and abandoned stations stretch for hundreds of miles. Some say the underground here is bigger than the visible city itself. Maps show layer after layer, stacked like pages in a book. Legends speak of lost stations sealed behind walls, of rooms that no one remembers, of entire blocks that hide tunnels beneath. The noise above hides the silence below, but the two are tied together. Every light in Times Square, every train on Broadway, every fountain in Central Park, all of them whisper to the unseen city beneath. Every city has service tunnels built for workers, cables, and pipes. They are not meant for the public, and that is why they are often forgotten. Some are so narrow that only one person can pass at a time. Others stretch for miles, hidden beneath schools, factories, or old government buildings. Imagine walking through one of these places. The air feels thick, the walls drip with water, and the silence is broken only by the sound of your own steps. A single flickering bulb might light the way, and all around you are doors that lead to rooms no one remembers. These tunnels are like the hidden skeleton of the city. Cities are built in layers. Under the newest subway station might lie an older cellar, and under that, perhaps the remains of a Roman bath or a medieval well. Each generation builds upon the last, but the earth remembers all of them. The deeper we go, the more stories we uncover. Archaeologists sometimes find coins, pottery, or even entire rooms hidden beneath modern streets. These discoveries remind us that the city we know is not the only one that exists. It is just the top layer of many. Each stone, each tunnel, each hidden chamber tells us that time does not erase. It only buries. No matter how much we map or explore, the underground is never finished. There are always locked doors, hidden chambers, or collapsed tunnels that no one dares to enter. Every city keeps a part of itself in shadow, and perhaps that is why the underground still feels alive. But what does it take to carve such vast worlds into stone and soil? Who made these passages, and how did they shape them to survive for centuries? To answer this, we must turn to the engineers, the dreamers who looked down instead of up, and imagined entire cities beneath the ground. Beneath the ground, engineers carve through stone and soil with skill and vision. From the first aqueducts of ancient Rome to the mighty subway tunnels of modern cities, humanity has always found a way to bend the earth to its needs. Digging tunnels is no simple act. It takes knowledge, courage, and tools that push the limits of invention. Each cut of stone and steel opens a new path for water, trains, or light. It is through these efforts that cities grew not only upward, but also downward, creating entire worlds beneath our feet. The aqueducts of Rome were not only above ground. Deep channels cut through hills carried water for miles, feeding baths, fountains, and homes. This was one of the first great acts of underground engineering, blending beauty with necessity. Later, cities around the world followed this model. They built tunnels for water, gas, and eventually electricity. Every pipe and cable we use today is part of this long tradition. These underground arteries are the lifelines of our cities, unseen but essential. Modern engineering brought even greater challenges. Subways had to pass beneath rivers, through rock, and under entire neighborhoods. Machines called tunnel borers chewed through the ground like giant worms of steel, creating spaces wide enough for trains and people. These tunnels became not only routes for travel, but symbols of progress. Cities like London, New York, and Tokyo grew stronger because of what lay beneath. The underground was no longer just for waste and water. It became a place for movement, connection, and life itself. When trains first moved underground, people feared them. The tunnels were dark, filled with smoke and steam. Yet slowly, the underground railways became the beating heart of modern cities. They carried workers to factories, children to schools, and dreamers to new lives. The London Underground, born in the 19th century, showed the world what was possible. Other cities soon followed, digging deeper and wider. These places were not only tunnels, they became living veins of the city, pulsing with sound and movement. Water was always a challenge for underground work. Tunnels beneath rivers had to fight floods and leaks. Engineers built watertight shields, brick by brick, often risking their lives as they dug beneath flowing currents. Some tunnels failed, filling with water and loss. Others survived, becoming great arteries of the city. Every drop held back was a victory of human will against nature. Without this bravery, modern subways and bridges would not exist. Every underground marvel is a balance between danger and hope. Rock can collapse, water can rise, and air can vanish. Yet, with courage and invention, engineers built deeper than ever before. Subways and tunnels became not only practical, but symbols of what human hands could achieve. As we stand on a platform today, waiting for a train, we rarely think about the struggle it took. But beneath our feet lies a story of sweat, loss, and triumph. A story written into the very stones of the underground world. Underground engineering was not only about transport, it was also about survival. During wars, tunnels became shelters, places where people hid from bombs and fire. Engineers had to build quickly, making spaces strong enough to hold thousands of lives. In London, during the Second World War, the underground became a home for families at night. Children slept in the train cars while the city shook above. These tunnels carried not only trains, but also hope and protection. As electricity spread, so did the need for cables, transformers, and machines hidden below. Whole chambers were built beneath cities to hold the lifeblood of power. Engineers worked in silence, creating spaces no one would ever see but everyone would depend on. Every glowing light bulb, every humming machine, connects back to these hidden places. Without them, the modern city could not survive a single night. The underground became not only transport, but energy itself. If this journey into the deep fascinates you, take a moment to support it. Like this story, share it, or leave a comment about the tunnels beneath your own city. Your voice helps bring more of these hidden worlds to light. And if you subscribe, you can keep walking with me, deeper and deeper, into the places most people never see. Together, we will uncover what lies below. Today, underground spaces continue to evolve. Fiber optic cables stretch beneath oceans and through cities, carrying voices, images, and knowledge at the speed of light. These invisible threads connect the world together, yet most people never see where they run. The hum of the internet, the call across continents, the glow of every screen. All of it depends on hidden tunnels of glass and light. They are the newest veins of the underground, more delicate than stone, yet more powerful than any road above. Underground engineering also faces the future of climate change. Rising seas, stronger storms, and flooding challenge every tunnel and subway system. Engineers must now design defenses that can hold back nature itself. Floodgates, pumps, and sealed barriers are built in silence, hidden from view. These are battles fought below, where victory means the city above survives. The underground is no longer only a place of progress, but also of protection. Every tunnel, every cable, every hidden chamber shows the genius of engineering. But beneath the stone and steel also lie stories. Stories of fear, of secrecy, and of legends whispered in the dark. What mysteries wait in catacombs, bunkers, and forgotten chambers? And how have these hidden places shaped the cities we walk today? To find out, we must leave the engineers behind and step into the shadows of history. Beneath the surface, not all tunnels were built for trains or water. Some were carved to hold secrets. Catacombs, bunkers, and chambers still whisper with forgotten voices. They remind us that the underground was always a place of mystery as well as utility. Every stone corridor carries a story. Some speak of religion and ritual, others of hiding and survival. When we walk above, we rarely think of the lives once lived in darkness. But history is buried there, waiting to be heard. During times of war and fear, bunkers were dug beneath cities. In the Cold War, whole shelters were built in silence, hidden under schools, offices, and even theaters. They were designed to save lives if the unthinkable happened. Many of these bunkers still exist, locked behind rusted doors. Inside are rooms frozen in time, beds, radios, maps, and food supplies, untouched for decades. They are like time capsules of fear, sealed under layers of stone and memory. Not all underground places were for survival. Some were for pleasure and secrecy. During Prohibition in the United States, bars called speakeasies were often hidden in basements or tunnels. To enter, one needed a password, whispered at a secret door. These places filled with music, smoke, and laughter, all hidden just below the quiet streets. Today, some tunnels still carry the echo of jazz and clinking glasses. The underground was not only a place of fear, but also of forbidden joy. In Paris, beneath the streets, lies a hidden city of bones. The catacombs stretch for miles, holding the remains of more than 6 million people. Skulls and bones are stacked in careful patterns, creating walls of the dead. Walking there feels like entering another world. The silence is heavy, broken only by dripping water. Legends tell of explorers who became lost, never to return. The catacombs are not only history, but also a reminder of how close the living and the dead truly are. In Moscow, secret tunnels were built beneath the metro system. Some believe they were meant for government escape routes, others for hidden military bases. Known as Metro 2, these tunnels remain a mystery. No official map has ever been shown to the public. Stories say they connect the Kremlin to the airport, or even to underground bunkers far outside the city. Whether fact or legend, these tales keep the underground alive in the imagination, half real, half dream. In New York, old subway stations lie sealed and forgotten. One of the most beautiful is City Hall Station, closed to the public in the mid-20th century. It still rests below, with arched ceilings, chandeliers, and tiled walls, silent yet shining. Legends say there are other stations, lost behind walls or below the tracks, waiting in silence. They are ghosts of the city's growth, reminders that progress always leaves hidden rooms behind. Some tunnels were never planned. They began as mistakes, collapses, or abandoned projects. Over time, these empty spaces became legends of their own. Children whispered about monsters in the sewers, while adults told tales of criminals using tunnels to vanish into the dark. These myths remind us that the underground is not only stone and steel, but also imagination. Every shadow can hold a story. Every silence can become a secret. In many cities, tunnels were once used by smugglers. Hidden passages connected warehouses, docks, and secret rooms. They carried not only goods, but also people, escaping danger or hiding from the law. These passages are often bricked up now, their entrances sealed. Yet old maps still show hints of them, and sometimes, during construction, a wall gives way to reveal a forgotten door. The city keeps secrets in its bones. If these hidden stories spark your curiosity, take a moment now. Like this journey, share it, or leave a comment about the tunnels and legends you have heard. Your voice helps bring forgotten tales back into the light. And if you subscribe, you can walk with me again, into the quiet, into the shadows, and into the mysteries that lie below. Urban legends often speak of creatures said to live in the dark. In New York, stories tell of alligators in the sewers growing large in silence. Though most of these tales are myths, they reveal our fear of what hides where light does not reach. Every sound of dripping water, every flicker of shadow becomes part of the story. The underground invites the imagination to wander, filling the silence with beasts of our own making. Other tales speak of secret societies meeting below the streets. Hidden chambers became places for rituals, oaths, and symbols carved in stone. Though evidence is rare, the stories continue, adding mystery to the silent halls. For some, these tales are warnings. For others, they are proof that the underground is more than rock and soil. It is a place where humans seek power in the dark. The underground is a place of both truth and legend. Some tunnels are proven, mapped, and measured. Others live only in whispers and fear. Together, they create a world that feels endless, half real, half imagined. But the underground is not only about secrets, it is also about danger and hope. From collapses and gas leaks to new forms of energy, the story continues. To understand it, we must step into both the peril and the promise of the deep. The underground is not without danger. Every tunnel, every chamber carries risks hidden in stone and shadow. Collapses have taken lives, and forgotten infrastructure sometimes awakens with sudden force. Gas leaks can fill unseen passages, water can rise from below, and fires can spread through cables in silence. The deeper we dig, the more we balance on the edge between progress and peril. The underworld offers wonders, but it also demands respect. Sometimes the greatest threats are invisible. Pockets of gas, silent cracks in stone, or hidden water channels can turn safety into disaster. Workers walk into darkness not knowing what they might find. Yet these dangers also brought invention. Sensors, alarms, and new designs protect lives where once there was only guesswork. Each risk faced underground has shaped the tools we now use above. Reminders that danger often leads to discovery. But the underground is not only a place of fear, it is also a place of promise. Beneath the city, we find space for parking, storage, and even entire markets. Some cities use underground heat for power, turning the deep earth into an ally. These hidden spaces reduce the weight above. They cool the air, ease the crowding, and give new life to the busy streets. The same tunnels that once carried waste can now carry hope for a better future. The underground also teaches us about balance. For every risk, there is a reward. Cities now look below for solutions to challenges above. By placing roads, parking, and even parks underground, space is freed on the surface for light and green. The underworld becomes a partner to the city, sharing the weight of millions of lives. Every hidden chamber is a reminder that we can shape the earth not only to survive, but to thrive. New technology is making exploration of the underground safer and smarter. Robots crawl through narrow pipes where no human can fit. Drones map chambers with laser eyes, turning darkness into digital light. Artificial intelligence studies these maps, finding cracks and dangers before they grow. What was once hidden becomes clear, and what was once deadly becomes manageable. The underground is slowly opening, one scan at a time. If this world beneath the streets moves you, take a moment to keep walking with me. Like this story, share it, or comment with your thoughts about the hidden underworld of your own city. And if you subscribe, we will continue this journey together, through dust, through stone, and into the future that waits in the deep. In some cities, geothermal energy is drawn from deep underground. Pipes carry warmth from the earth itself, heating homes and schools without smoke or fire. This hidden gift shows us that the underworld can sustain as well as threaten. By looking below, cities reduce pollution above. It is a reminder that progress is not always upward. Sometimes the answers are waiting quietly beneath our feet. Underground car parks and storage spaces also change how cities live. By moving these functions below, the surface is freed for people, trees, and light. The deep becomes a place that supports the open sky. Walking through these vast underground halls feels like entering cathedrals of stone and steel. They are silent, yet filled with purpose. Each car, each stored object, is a note in the hidden music of the city. But even as we find benefits, the underground warns us. Old tunnels collapse when forgotten. Pipes burst, flooding streets. Gas leaks spark fires in silence. The city must always listen to the deep, for it remembers even when we forget. Every benefit carries a cost. Every promise hides a risk. To live with the underground is to accept both, the gift and the warning. The underground is also a teacher. It shows us where past mistakes were buried. Collapsed mines, poisoned water, and forgotten waste all remind us of choices made without care. To walk these places is to walk through history's warnings. Each scar in the stone is a lesson, one that guides us toward wiser paths. Yet, for all its dangers, the underground also offers resilience. Hidden passages give shelter in times of need. Cool chambers provide relief from heat. Geothermal systems and storage spaces help cities adapt to a changing world. The underworld is not only a place of shadow, it is also a place of strength, quiet, steady, waiting to be understood. The story of the underground is one of both peril and promise. It holds danger in every shadow, yet also solutions in every stone. To understand it fully, we must see both sides. And as cities grow, the question remains: will we continue to fear the dark below, or will we embrace it as part of our future? The answer lies ahead as we step into visions of the world yet to come. As cities rise higher, they also look deeper. The underground becomes not only a place of pipes and shadows, but of vision. Planners dream of layered cities, where life flows above and below in harmony. This future is not science fiction. It is already beginning. The question is not if we will build beneath, but how wisely we will do it. Imagine parks beneath the streets, markets in caverns, and homes warmed by the earth itself. The underground can become more than hidden. It can become human. A place where life continues, layered and balanced, safe from storms above. These visions remind us that space is not only outward or upward. It is also inward, into the stone that has carried us for centuries. If this journey into the hidden world touched you, take a moment to walk with me again. Subscribe, like, or share these stories, and let us continue uncovering the unseen together. Your voice is part of this journey. Every comment, every thought, another step deeper into the quiet worlds below. And now we return to the surface. The tunnels remain, silent and waiting, but for tonight our steps have ended. The city sleeps above, the underworld dreams below. Sleep well, and may your thoughts walk gently through shadows and light, until we meet again in the stories hidden beneath our feet.